I just received a metal rodent wheel in the mail today that I ordered off eBay, and I thought I'd do a review on it. Hopefully, this will come out visibly enough so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to attempt to put it in the cage and install it. It's pretty simple. It looks like it just has some wing nuts and some washers, and you just put it through the bars of the cage. Put it through what do you call it? The screws through the bars of the cage, inside the cage, and then on the back of the cage, then you put another washer and a wing nut. I think there appear to be 4 of these on here that you use to secure to the cage. And you can see it's a big, huge metal pan. It's advertised as a 16-inch Chinchilla wheel. I think it was designed with chinchillas in mind because they're a little heavier bodied and they need something large. And rats are supposed to have at least a 12-inch wheel because of their tail and their length, especially when they're full-grown adults. And the great thing about this one is it has no axle. Some of the wheels that are on the market today for rodents have a big long axle coming out the center, and that's dangerous because the animal can get body parts caught in it, especially its tail. Can break its tail, can break its toes. It's just not safe. So a wheel like this is really best, and because it's metal, it can't be chewed. A lot of the plastic wheels that are made for rodents are not entirely chew-proof, even though they may be made of fairly heavy-duty plastic. But I'm going to go ahead and try to install this. I have the laptop set up on top of a box. I have it really rigged up so that hopefully you'll have a pretty good view of what I'm doing. And I wanted to show you also that, let's see, yeah, here it is. It measures actually 16 1/4, including the lip. It has about maybe about a half an inch, almost half an inch lip on it, and it looks like in usable space it has, let's see, usable space it has about 15 3/4 area on the inside diameter, inner diameter. So, now let me read you also the description. Hopefully I can do this. I'm going to just kind of switch over to the listing here and read it off to you. It says, up for grabs is a large 16-inch metal exercise wheel for your favorite small pet. This is a new galvanized wheel with 4-inch wide textured running surface and includes all necessary hardware to mount to your cage. These are a safe alternative to plastic wheels, as your little critter will not chew the metal. Our Chinchilla has been using this wheel for over a year and he absolutely loves it. Simply mount the wheel to the inside of the cage, attach a washer and wing nut to each of the 4 bolts, and your chin or other pet will be running in no time. It took Twitch, our chin, a day or 2 to figure it out, but he's been running marathons ever since. The wheel does make some noise as it is metal, but our household of 6 doesn't even notice it now. You will not be disappointed with your new chin spinner. So that's what the description says, and without further ado, I'll go ahead and see if I can get it installed. So what I'm doing here, I'm just taking off the wing nuts from all of these, and I'm going to try to prop the wheel. Looks like I may be able to prop the wheel without having to have 2 people one on the inside, one on the outside, because these screws are fairly long. So just put these out like this. I'm going to have to move this cage. It's a fairly heavy cage, but luckily it's on wheels, so it's not too terribly bad to turn around. Whoa. Okay. These washers are nice and big, so probably have a nice secure fit. So what I'm going to do is, without these washers falling off, top one up here. Have some clearance on the bottom because since I use this cage to put the baby rats in once they're old enough, they recommend that you have at least an inch clearance on the bottom because otherwise baby rats can get stuck underneath the wheel. Okay, so now I will turn this cage around. Try to turn it all the way around. I'm going to do this somewhat seated. So, it's a good thing that it's on casters. So what we'll do is turn this around. I need to make sure that I take out all the hardware here because I'm not going to be able to reach it from the other side. Washers. Probably go ahead and latch the cage closed. Okay, then turn it around so that eventually you'll be able to see the back of the cage. Go. Oh boy. I may have to get around on the other side. It's trying to tip forward. So one of the screws isn't sticking through. I want it to fall. So I make my way around here very carefully. Cage on this side. Okay. Press this top part. Okay. It tends to tip when it's not fastened. So what I might have to do is prop it with something. Let's see. What am I going to use here? Gosh, I don't know. I guess what I'll try to do is start off with the lower one so that it can't fall. And so let's see if you can see what I'm doing. Move this a little. There we go. I am attaching the bottom ones. Good. So what happens, just wanted to let you know, those of you who might be wanting to try this in your own cage, when you tighten the two bottom ones, it actually pulls the top up so that you don't then have to go back around and push it so that the screws poke through. So now screws are poking through, and I noticed that where I have it positioned right now, the edge of one of the washers is on one of the vertical cross beams. Hopefully that won't cause a problem. I don't think it will, but you know, it does make it a little bit wider on that side. If for some reason if it makes it misaligned or something, I can always reposition it again later on. I'm going to test it out and see how it does as I have it right now. Pretty tight, not too tight, but enough where it gives pretty good resistance. That way, if you have a heavy animal or if you have multiple animals that are using it at the same time, it won't tend to unscrew, or I don't think it'll unscrew all the way, but it might end up being loose if you don't tighten it fairly well to begin with. Okay, so pretty much meeting resistance here. It stops. So now I'll turn this around and hopefully this will be a big success. I'm so excited about this. I was really wanting a wheel. Most of the wheels that are marketed that are similar to this style are at least $100. I've seen them as much as $120, $130 a piece. This one only cost me $30 on eBay and on an auction. I think that the buy it now price was $32. So even if you didn't give them a best offer and you just bought it flat out as buy it now, it will only be $32. And then he charged $10 for shipping, which I think is reasonable given the fact that it's a pretty big item and it required a box and all that kind of thing. So I think that's reasonable. So, all in all, even with the shipping, it was, more than basically half off what these wheels normally sell for. So I really think that this is going to be a big help because when you have lots of rats, especially when you're breeding rats and you have lots of babies, those babies are full of energy. They're very hyper, and I figured that this would probably help them burn off some of that excess energy. And you know, when they have a lot of energy like that, the tendency is for them to get into trouble, and they might try to chew on the pans, cage pans, or the litter box, and really, you know, if you can help them burn off some of that energy, and from what I've heard from other people who have rats, that lots of rats really love to use these wheels. And I've seen some great videos on YouTube about rats using them. And this has a wide enough track that several rats can use it at one time. So let's see how it spins. Moment of truth here. Yep, spins pretty well. Now it does have a little bit of resistance to it. I think probably because of the mechanism inside. But it's, you know, it's possible that that could be remedied, maybe with some oil. I'm not really sure. Maybe something like WD-40. Yeah, I think this is a big thumbs up. I really like the wheel. It seems to be just right for multiple rats and litters of baby rats that really like to have activities and stimulation in their cage. Okay, well, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment. Hopefully this has been helpful, and if any of you out there are breeding rats, this might actually be a good idea for you. Even if you don't have a Critter Nation cage with metal bars like I do, you can actually attach it to the side of or the back of a bookcase or any kind of a wooden structure. If you drill the holes where the screws can go through, you can pretty much attach it anywhere. And you just have to have the holes and then another side to it where you can attach the wing nuts. Like I said, I really love it. I think that it was a great investment, and hopefully my rats will love it too. I just have to. I have their bedding in the washer. I'm doing cleaning today, so hopefully in another hour or so I'll be able to get everything back in the cage and let them have a go at it. Well, thanks for watching.